So Meta, which own Facebook, Instagram and WhatsApp, have just rolled out their consent or pay model. Now what this effectively is the option to either see ads on their platform and then sell your data, or you can pay a monthly subscription to use these platforms with no ads and of course them not selling your data. And there's two arguments to be made for and against this, and in today's video we're going to go through all of the information and have maybe a bit of a deeper discussion on what this means ongoing for how data practices work in this industry. But very quickly, if you're looking for a fantastic VPN that helps you stay protected online and actually reduces some of these tracking measures, check out private internet access at the link down below. With that link, you get yourselves 4 months free and 86% off. And of course, it is the best way to support the channel. Now let's just jump into it. So Meta's just rolled out a new update to all of their major platforms, which is essentially a way for you to opt out of your data being sold. Now, personally speaking, the end result of what they've done, I'm okay with, but the way we got here is something I'm definitely not okay with. So fundamentally, the way that Facebook and Instagram work is that when you're scrolling content, you'll see advertisements. Advertisers pay for their ads to appear on that platform to be targeted towards certain individuals depending on their data. Now, of course, there's an increasing concern from everyone in relation to digital privacy. And of course, Mark Zuckerberg and the guys at Meta have caught on to this. So they've decided to offer an alternative. If you do not want to see adverts on these platforms and you don't want people to be able to target your data to show you ads, you can pay about £3.99 a month at the moment. It might go up and we'll talk about that later, but you can pay £3.99 a month to basically be able to use your Facebook, Instagram account, whatever it might be, with zero ads and zero risk to your data. Almost zero risk. Now, from an outset perspective point of view, I think it's kind of a good thing. Because what it means is that if you really care about your digital privacy and you don't like the idea of you going to a shop down the road, your phone tracking it, and then you start seeing ads from that shop on social media, it means you have a way to exclude yourself from this digital marketing ecosystem. And in that respect, I think we should celebrate this as a form of using a platform. But this is where we have to talk about something called enshittification. Now, this is a process that has existed in the tech industry for many years now. And the whole concept behind it is that you offer something of value to your users, sometimes for free. And over time, you pull back what you get for your money, or you pull back the value you get, and then offer an ability for people to pay more to get out of it. So a good example of this on Instagram at the moment is you used to see one advertisement for every 10 videos you scrolled through. Now you see one advertisement for every 4 videos you scroll through. That's an average, but essentially they've over doubled the amount of advertisements that people see on the platform. So basically they've made the platform more shit. And then they've presented an opportunity for you to get out of that by paying money to use the platform. Another great example of this is Amazon Prime. So if you originally bought Prime Video, your monthly subscription would mean that you got 0 ads and you were able to watch all of the content. Now, what Amazon decided to do was partner with more content providers where your Amazon Prime subscription would mean that you actually still get ads. And sometimes those ads are only for other programs on Amazon Prime, but you'll still get ads. Now, you can get out of these ads by paying more per month. Something that was originally included in that original fee then became an optional extra that you had to buy later on. A similar thing applies with Netflix and the way that they've ramped up their prices but reduced the amount of devices that you can use Netflix on. Essentially, it's a culture of the tech industry coming out with a new product or service that is amazing and really useful that people enjoy using, and then taking features away from people and then paywalling that content or those features. Now, like I said before, from a technological perspective, I have to say fair play to Meta for one, being very, very pro digital privacy, especially fighting against the British government and backing Apple in their fight against the British government. And secondly, for being one of the first companies to cotton on to the fact that people do not want adverts at all in the social media space. I can respect that massively, but that respect ends if this isn't the final step. This should be the final step now, where it's a £3.99 a month subscription where you do not see any ads and your data does not get sold or tracked or utilized for the furthering of their business goals of basically being a data broker, which is essentially what these social media companies are. But then what happens in 2 or 3 years when we get to the enshittification of that process? Does that £3.99 become £5.99? Do they add exclusions to that? So maybe you'll only get localized advertising, so businesses local to you, and maybe not worldwide advertising for like digital services. I don't believe that this is the final step. I do believe that it's a good step. And at the end of the day, and I get into arguments about this on social media all the time. A lot of people say that these platforms should all be free and they shouldn't run ads. They're businesses. They have staff. They have things to pay for as an enterprise. And if you think they should be this free to run business because the owner's a billionaire and all of this, it's an absolute insane line of thinking. They need to make money as a business. And by using their product, people have to get paid along the way. Whether that's by running advertisements or whether that's by you paying a monthly subscription, they're more educated conversations that need to happen within your household and with your friends and family, or even just to yourself to decide which of those you'd rather prefer. It's also worth noting that Facebook and Instagram, they're not services that are mandatory. There is no inherent right you have to use those services for free. And if you want to use those services for free, you are the product. They will sell your data to advertisers and that will be targeted against you, and that's just how that platform works, and it's how pretty much every single digital service works. But the concept of paying a monthly subscription to not see ads, I personally believe is good value for money. I pay for YouTube Premium and I don't see any ads on any content. And I think that's really, really good value for money because it just means you can jump straight into content. Also, I know for a fact that YouTube Premium per view, or per 1,000 views at least, pays creators more. So the platform wins because they make more money. The creators win because they make more money. You guys win because you don't see any ads. Obviously, you are paying for that privilege though. And from a digital privacy ecosystem, that tends to work better. Now, the only thing I will say is the actual full privacy policy on how Meta are running this out at the moment won't load for 99% of people. I've been trying to load the privacy policy page on this topic and it keeps crashing. I reckon because they're rolling it out globally, people are all clicking on it. But also when it did load once, it only loaded the original privacy policy that hadn't been amended in like 2 months. So we're going to have to wait to see what amendments are made to that privacy policy. But fundamentally, they're saying that essentially you won't be targeted with any form of advertising and your data collection will be very limited compared to people that are advertised against. This is a really, really, really interesting argument because there's people that are on board with it and people that are massively against it. And I'm very keen to hear what you guys think about this down in the comments down below. So please let me know your thoughts because it's an interesting topic. Thank you for watching and make sure to check out private internet access at the link down below. And subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I shall see you all in the next one.